Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, my channel where I review my favorite retro video games of all time as well as some modern releases I have recently finished. Today I want to talk about some more Smash stuff because I really like talking about it, and my last video got a bunch of great responses. I really like that a lot of people viewed that one, and I would love to just talk about Smash on this channel a bunch. So we'll see if this one does well as well. If you like the Smash content, let me know in the comments section down below. I would love to talk conjecture about Smash 6, about Smash Ultimate Deluxe if that ends up being the case. But yeah, just let me know if you'd like to see more of this. Today I want to talk about what I would want to see for a reboot of Smash, or for Smash 6. If it's a direct sequel, whatever it is, I want to talk about the things that I think really need to be addressed in order to make it an even better game. To be clear, I love the Smash Brothers series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. The reason I talk so harshly about some things like characters, especially in that last video, is because I love the game so much. I put so much time into it. I just want to keep enjoying it, and I really do love it. So as many times as I gripe about it, I also really love pretty much everything else about the game. So I'm really excited about the prospect of a new entry. We're pretty much due at this point for a new game in the franchise. It makes sense they would launch in the first couple years of the Switch 2 life cycle, whether that's Ultimate Deluxe. If it's Ultimate Deluxe, I actually expect it like as a launch title, but I would expect to see that very, very soon. We know that Sakurai might be involved. He finished up his YouTube series recently, and he has been rumored to be in production for a new game. So I think that he's probably in like more of an overseeing role and not directly programming and everything, not doing all the work that he normally does. I think they want to make sure that he is well and taking a break and everything. But I don't see a future of Smash anytime soon, at least, with him not being at least part of the production. So I see him like working on it, especially if it is Ultimate Deluxe. Then he's definitely a big part of that, and he's just going to be overseeing, making sure new characters, whatever, come in and making sure things work the way he intends them to. So for Smash 6, what I would really like to see, first and foremost, I talked about it in my last video, I'd love to see the cast pared down. As much as I love a huge cast, I think it's really cool that you can play as so many characters. If we're doing a sequel to Smash Ultimate and not Ultimate Deluxe, I think we need a smaller roster of characters. Specifically, let's just tone down the Echoes, if nothing else. Let's make the Echoes a full costume, like Olimar and Alf, or the Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings. Let's just make Marth and Lucina, let's give them a costume. Mario, give Dr. Mario a costume. Let's get rid of the ones that are not technically Echoes but should be Echoes, like Pichu and Dr. Mario. Let's either make them a skin or just get rid of them entirely, because I feel like they're just a little bit too superfluous. Sorry if like that's your favorite character. I understand the trepidation of getting rid of characters like this, but it just seems like there's a little bit too much clutter. Also, get rid of the Miis. I think they're a relic. They're really goofy. They're kind of wacky and funny, and it's fun to be trolly with the characters, but I don't think they really fit into Smash all that much anymore. I like to get rid of them. Just trim the cast down at least a little bit. If you want to keep every other character in the game, you want to keep it as close to what we have in Ultimate as possible, that's fine with me. I just think the Echoes are a little bit too cluttered. Or make them, I don't know, make it a better UI, make it easier for me to select them. I just don't love the Echo Fighters in general. I'd rather have unique characters. So give them a skin or make them a full unique character with a unique moveset going into the next game. The next thing is a more niche thing, but for me in Ultimate, the platforms are awful. They're so sticky, to the point where I've even seen computers like look like they're double crouching on a platform trying to get through, and they can't fall through a platform. Sticky platforms in Ultimate are responsible for lots of misinputs, especially in competitive play. It's really annoying trying to get through platforms at times, so I really like to see them fix that. I like them to be less sticky, make them easier to get through. I don't know, shield dropping from like Melee was a really big thing. Maybe we could get something like that back. Whatever it is, I'd like to see platforms kind of overhauled and made a little bit better here. I'd also really love to see the cast get closer together instead of further apart. I like how unique movesets are, and I really would like to see new movesets for the characters. I like to see revamps, at least of the original cast, original game, and maybe Melee. We've had really stale movesets for them for a very long time, so overhauling their kits, making them more like their more current iterations. So like Mario, let's give him something with Cappy. Link finally got like remote bombs from Breath of the Wild, but everything else about him is pretty much the same. Let's give him some more abilities. Let's give him some more things that differentiate him from Young Link or Toon Link. Let's make him very different instead of just the same thing he's pretty much been since Smash 64. Let's give him some unique stuff. I would love that with most characters in the cast, in fact. I love to see drawing from their games, drawing from the source material, making them very unique, but make them more varied than they have been in their past iterations, if that makes sense. But I'd also really love to see the characters get a little bit closer in terms of their stats. I think it's great that Sonic is the fastest character in the game. It makes perfect sense. He's the fastest being on Earth. But the fact that he is so much faster than the slowest character in the game makes it really hard to fight him. Makes balancing much more difficult when you have someone that's really crazy fast and someone that's really crazy slow. It makes it so that it's really easy for the fast character to hit and run and not really have to engage. I would love to see closer together on stats. So let's say Sonic is still the fastest character, but he's not that much faster than everybody else. Let's make the gap much closer. Same thing with other stats like weight, like airspeed. I like that characters have unique things kind of based on their games. Luigi's more floaty, like Super Mario 2 on the NES. That's again the problem here. That's from the NES. Let's give him some more airspeed. Make it so that he's just a little bit faster in the air, because right now he's really slow. And I don't understand the rationale all the time for characters. Some characters, again with weight, I think it's so bizarre that Kazuya is so dang heavy. It doesn't really make sense to me because he's so strong. Typically when you're really strong, you kind of tune down the weight of characters. But for Kazuya, Steve is even pretty heavy for how great he is. Other characters are the same thing. It just doesn't make sense to me why Ridley's not super heavy, but he's like the same heaviness as Samus. So let's kind of adjust that. Let's just make everyone closer together in weight. We can still have Bowser and DK and K. Rool, the super heavies, be the heaviest in the game, but let's make it less of an issue. Let's bring them closer together again. And same thing with maybe with kill power. Let's tone down everybody's thing and just make it less spread out across the board. I don't know if this point fully makes sense, but the way I see it, if we get everyone closer together in stats and we can focus on the unique movesets instead, make their moves the central focus and not so much their movement in the air and their speed and everything, I think that could be a really cool angle. Maybe it wouldn't be, maybe it's a terrible idea, but I just think it'd be fun to try, and I'd like to see what that would look like in a new Smash title. I would also really love to see some more competitive stages. We have plenty in Smash Ultimate. I think it's actually probably the best we've ever seen, but I would like to see a more unified rule set for sure, and I think more competitive stages would help with that. We could just see some more things with some more unique platform placements. You have Small Battlefield, which is nice that you can select everything in Smash Ultimate to be a Small Battlefield version of that stage, and that's cool. I really like Small Battlefield. Same with Battlefield, same with FD, but I would really like to see some more unique platform stuff. Smashville is a really cool one when it's got the hazards on with the platform moving. I think that's really unique. I think Kalos is great with the platforms off to the sides, and you've got a really neutral stage, FD stage in the middle. I like those kind of unique those unique platform placements, and I'd love to see more of those. I'd love to see more neutral stages that have interesting platforms to kind of make the competitive scene just a little more fresh. We've talked about in the scene with WarioWare being legal, but the blast zones are too crazy. But the fact that you have 4 platforms and they're above each other is really unique and interesting. You got other stages that they tried out for a while but are kind of janky. I'd just love to see some more competitive stuff there. And last but not least certainly is a single player mode. I think this would be better with a smaller cast because it is obviously very hard to do like a full story mode if you have 80 plus characters. But I would really love to see something like Subspace Emissary return because it was great. That's one of the best features of Brawl. And again, with that many characters, it's probably not feasible, especially with third-party rights and everything. It might be too much. And I don't want them to crush themselves over a Subspace Emissary sequel, but I would love to see something more akin to that than World of Light. I think World of Light is an interesting idea. The spirits are kind of cool, but they wore out their welcome for me really quickly. I didn't really care about them after a while. So I'd love to see something more story-like with a cohesive story from start to finish put into the game. Heck, you could even rehash the World of Light, but with like, I don't know, maybe give it some more story elements instead of a board game that you go through. Because I think the World of Light concept is fantastic. Galeem is awesome. I love the idea of it. I don't think it was executed as well as something like Subspace Emissary was. So I'd really like to see that. Now, this is all conjecture concerning Smash 6. If this is Smash Ultimate Deluxe, the next game that we're going to be getting, what I would really like to see is just more. I'd really, like I said before, I'd like to see the cast pared down if we get a true sequel. But if we're going Ultimate Deluxe, let's get all the way up to 100 unique characters. I think that would be sick. Like, I mean, I know that's another like 18 unique characters, but if you look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they got a ton of new tracks. Tons. I think they got, 8 new cups? Something like that. Is it 10, 12? It's a ton. Whatever it is, it's a ton of tracks. It's a great amount of value. I would love to see something like that in Smash Ultimate. Let's say 3 fighter packs of 6 characters. You could stretch that game out for quite a long time. Give them all unique stages, new music, the works, everything. Let's get that many characters all the way up to 100. I think that would be one of the coolest things ever in a fighting game. Again, as much as I griped about it in my last video, more characters would be sick. It give you more chances to have counterplay to the characters and shake up the meta in big, meaningful ways. I think that many new characters would do a lot for the scene. And then, of course, if that's the case, I want some more balance patches for longer so that we can make sure that the game is being balanced the way it needs to. That would be sick. And then I would love to see some more echoes in the base roster of Ultimate Deluxe. Let's give some more characters a chance to get in, ones that they're not going to make into full characters. I don't like echoes very much, but I like the idea that they present. We don't have time to make Dark Samus a unique character, so we'll put him in as an Echo Fighter so you can at least play as the skin. Sick. I do like that concept. If you're not going to go full ham and making a Daisy or a Dark Samus or a Ken, sure, throw them in as an Echo Fighter. I enjoy that. At least they're in the game. And then if somebody's favorite character is Daisy instead of Peach, cool, you can play as them. So I'd love to see a bunch new Echo Fighters in the base roster and then like 18 DLC characters. That'd be sick. I'd be absolutely down for that. That's my Smash Ultimate Deluxe. If you want to hear more about my ideas for Smash Ultimate Deluxe, comment in the comment section down below. I would love to do a video on that as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Smash 6, what you think it would be if they're going to do a sequel to Ultimate. Do you think that they would pare down the roster? Do you think that they're going to change mechanics? Do you think they're going to change things up entirely? Just let me know, and I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.